Hi, I'm Sandy Genovese and welcome to the Ellison Education video series. You know, we're going to be talking today about the periodic table. I have one here, and you can see that it just shows how different types of matter are classified. You can see that it's classified according to its chemical and its physical properties, and you can also see how similar elements are grouped together. Now, these are all cut out with one die. This is an Ellison SureCut die, and at first glance, you might think that it's going to cut all these little individual tiles. That would be difficult. The beauty of this is that it doesn't. It cuts them in their groups. If you were to count how many colors that are used in this periodic table, there are 10. So I've grouped 5 colors together, and I would just need to put the first 5 together, and then after I've cut these, I would put the other 5 colors and cut those as well. So I'm going to just roll it through the machine. Because it's the Big Shot Pro, I have it with the blade sitting up and the paper on top. And of course, you've got now the parts and pieces that you're going to use for this. So here, if you look at the periodic table that I made, you'll notice that all of the groups, like this section here is red, the way that it cuts on the die is just like this. It makes it so much easier to put together, and so much easier when you look at the legend here at the bottom to see that this is the grouping that falls in the metals category. So you learn so much by putting it together yourself. I found myself wondering, well, why wouldn't you just print off the internet a table? But I discovered that in assembling it and in writing the numbers and the letters for each one, I already had started to learn that, for instance, the letter represents the chemical symbol for each element, and the number represents the number of protons in the nucleus. You know, they always say the teacher learns more than the students. When you give the students these parts and pieces, they almost become like the teacher. So looking here, you can see that all of the loose parts are done. If I were to take this one and bring it down and lay it over the top, you can see how all of these are created so that the groupings are so much easier to put together. However, you're still getting that really important learning going on. Now, when you look at the chart specifically, I think that it's really helpful to take and bring in real-life examples. So if I look at something like here on the chart is helium. So if you wanted to bring in helium balloons, you can talk first about the fact that this is not a metal. If you look down here at the legend, this is in the nonmetals because, of course, helium is a gas. And because it's the lightest gas, that's why these balloons will so easily float. And it's just fun to have real-life examples. Other cool examples, here is the symbol for copper. So if I bring in just a copper penny, how cool is it for them to realize in their everyday life these things exist all the time? Here is aluminum foil. You may have aluminum cans. You have to find on here where the aluminum would be. And then blending the elements together, you get other things. For instance, if you took something like, here is, where is sodium is here. And then if I go all the way across, here is chloride. They'll know sodium chloride as salt. Or to use another fun example, here is the symbol for hydrogen, and then directly across is the symbol for oxygen. They probably would know this as H2O. Perfect. You know, if you think making a chart like this doesn't matter, I think that that's just not the case. Period.